What's up guys, Lifting here with a few tips on how to safely defeat Avarius, one of the new bosses of Act 5. He can be quite dangerous the first time you try him out, especially if you don't know his mechanics, but once you know what to do, he isn't too bad. The fight is divided into two phases, with the first one being significantly easier than the second. During this phase, Avarius will attempt to kill you using some visibly telegraphed and not too heavy hitting spells, both ranged and melee. These are fairly straightforward and doesn't require too much explanation, with the exception of one. At some point Avarius will spawn lots of tiny fireballs circling outward that you have to avoid. These hurt a lot and you can easily get overwhelmed. The important part here is to cover behind one of the 4 statues that gets activated during the fight and then moves into the room. The fireballs are not able to penetrate the statue as long as it is stationary and not currently active. When the statues are active, they will try to attack you, but they're slow and very easy to avoid. Once you get Avarius to 50% HP, he will for the first time become invulnerable and spawn minions. It's important that you during this phase have plenty of area damage to deal with the minions, as you otherwise easily can get swarmed. Once you have taken his health to 0% during the first phase, he will resurrect with his second form. This is when things become dangerous and you enter phase 2. Similar to phase 1, Avarius will, during this phase, at random times cover the room in tiny fireballs, and just like the first time around, you need to find cover behind the statues if you want to be safe. Additionally, he will now also perform a similar looking spell summoning lightning balls when he dashes. These can also be avoided by covering behind the statues or by simply outrunning them, as they don't travel too far. The most dangerous spell he performs is, however, when he spawns a massive beam of light that follows your movement. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe it is fire damage, but it could be lightning too, or a mix. Anyway, when that happens, take cover behind the statues as it deals a ton of damage. Alternatively, if you have enough movement speed, you can outrun it. You need a lot of movement speed for that though, and a Quicksilver Flask of Adrenaline really helps a ton here, if you want to attempt doing that. Avarius will, similar to phase 1, also spawn ads during this phase. He will do this twice once he reaches certain thresholds, which seems to be around 75% and 35%. However, this time around there are a couple of tougher monsters amongst the regular ones. They have more HP and they hit harder. However, as long as your area damage is good, you should be fine. Besides all this, you really just need to make sure to avoid his big smash and cleave attacks, but they're telegraphed in good time ahead before they happen, so that isn't too much of a problem. Just make sure to keep an eye on his animations and you'll be good. And that's pretty much it. Just make sure you have enough fire and lightning resists. Consider getting a Quicksilver Flask of Adrenaline for movement speed, along with a pair of at least 20% movement speed boots if you plan on outrunning his beam, and or get used to keeping an eye on where the statues place themselves so that you can seek cover when necessary. And that's it for now. Come visit me on my Twitch live stream. The link is below in the description. Subscribe for more videos. Thank you for watching, and bros, do you even nerd?